Ouch! Ow! Ouch! I think you say those shots go on makes feel better. Trust us, it will. It's just not easy finding the white nerve spots and all those hits, puncture wounds. I was gonna say puncture wounds. Sure you were. Who might judge a warrior based on his size? I mean, what could it mean? Hey, Corey, go over here, please.
Ow! Maybe you should take a look at this again.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Ouch! That's my buttocks. Yow! Oh, that's my neck. Ow!
I know Diego and I aren't exactly the targets they were expecting, but what exactly was going on here? One minute we were chased by the Mitzusune, and the next that Uth Duna shows up. That's because they're clearly trying to break me and Skye by targeting you guys. Wait a sec. You three? You three are the main targets? Not quite, I know. It's Chris and Skye who are the main targets as appropriate vessels for this Krugan fellow. Tafton Way has either one of the vessels for Krugan, and they will have to deal with his friends. In this case, us.
Whoa, hold the phone here.
Let me get this straight. So you're saying this Krugan guy, I as a spirit, wanted either Chris or this Skywalker fellow as a vessel? Also rebirth, and yet we're the ones being targeted?
Are we missing something here?
No, but that's precisely the point. Like Justice said, we're the ones who are targeted as vessels, but he needs us in one piece. So to break us, as he will have to destroy you guys. Just recently, Christopher's kids were targeted, made by Black Pearl and Wigan. But apparently, Christopher's kids were so strong that it even gave Dabi and Shigaraki a run for their money. Well, they got all that energy from their mothers, which are Ryoko and Mako, and they're totally brave and fearless.
Well, that would explain Black Pearl and Wigan were running for their lives. Those kids of yours have all that energy. He stored up and they took it out on those evil villains.
And well, let's just say I gave his kiddos a lot more encouragement. And still, it's pretty surprising. Hey, your kids actually packed a punch. Now, the real question is, why would you want to have a battle in your world? This lands between spies so complex, even I may not be able to understand. Well, it's not that it's complex. The lands between had suffered from the shattering. For long ago, even before all my MC family and I ruled over the lands between, the shattering was ensuing around the land, and covering the world in chaos and darkness. While Godfrey is long gone, Bolga is left to guard the impenetrable thorns of the Earth Tree to ensure no one claims the title of Elden Lord. But despite that, the shattering, specifically in Lindale, has ensued, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. Fazwani asked, what would the Lords ever hope to gain by winning for the war, when all is left is nothing but dust, blood, and debris? Meanwhile, in a land of shadow, Mesmer soldiers started swarming around the land and taking down the Hornsent and those who stand in their path, using the power of the Mesmer flame granted to them. And they were led by one man, the child of America, Mesmer the Impaler. For in Mesmer's words, those stripped from the grace of gold shall all be death in the embrace of Mesmer's flame. Whoa, wait. You're saying Mesmer was here? He may have encountered Chris and his family, but basically yes. But hold on. If the other guys are so powerful, why can't this Krugan fellow just target those guys? Diego is right. Why does he want us when he could target those others? Because none of them had the capabilities of the true Elden Lord. If Drake had accounted for similar to Krugan, then he would have been a big old not so pleasant surprise. Krugan might have tried by possessing Midra, the Lord of Frenzy Flame. But the Frenzy Flame itself would be too much to bear, as the flame itself only thrives in chaos and destruction upon the lands between, and nothing else. It was not easy defeating Midra, as a simple contact with the Frenzy Flame alone would be enough to drive anyone to madness. And Drake managed to get hit by the Frenzy Flame. Well, you probably already know what happened. So, Chris, how you managed to survive Midra? I told you, it wasn't easy, Diego. His power was like the true Lord of a Frenzy Flame. And if he had became the Elden Lord, he would definitely cause widespread destruction upon the lands between, using the Frenzy Flame itself. But fortunately, he can still bleed. As we know, if he bleeds, it can be killed. Well, I'm pretty sure not all gods can bleed, but you get what I mean. But as you know, I had to use every part of my disposal. Because here, with all such destruction these powerful enemies cause, we will have to use any means necessary to survive rather than win. It was after using obvious tactics, laying my spirit here, it will be the bait that we were able to defeat him. Of course, I also had to keep my Mimitir alive. Because while I may have the strength of the demigods, it doesn't mean that I'm the strongest. Because I am still pretty much an amateur as an Elden Lord. But anyway, earlier I did find Mesmer's lair. But this time I was finding answers if Dabi or the others would want to possess Mesmer. But
Mongrel intruder. That tarnished, it seemeth.
that snake that is still alive was enough for me to convince Dabi left Mesmer untouched. And now I had Mesmer question, then who is the real monster? Me or Dabi? And it's obvious. Obvious, and regardless, he still has to live out true to his word.
Yet,
thus, I had no choice but to fight him again. It's not a hate, but I didn't need to stop him.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
Of course, despite my Mesmer pulling me down a few times, he knows that I wouldn't give up, not truly without a fight. And he knows death can earn me, when and only when that he earns me. But we do know, Mesmer's flame is the key to that shadowy prison.
So what did happen after you managed to beat him down? That snake guy with a spear.
Well, clearly after he was wounded, that he was left with no other option.
I will not suffer. Our Lord, devoid of light. No mother.
Forgive me.
He had to pluck out his golden snake eye.
What?
His snake eye? Yeah, we that having two eyes meant he's holding back his true strength. But as soon as he plucked that eye out, well, and shatter it, well, that would mean he would definitely need to go to his fullest. Even his snake felt the burn of Mesmer's true flame.
Soon tarnished. Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
That's why I knew Dabi and Krugan wouldn't dare touch Mesmer. Because that powerful flame is made from the hellish fire. Dabi might see their end in a cruel twist. It is not only with flame, but also with giant snakes. For he has power granted by Mak'Gorah to bring out the tyranny of Mesmer's flame. But even he underestimated me, not by strength or prowess, but by determination and will.
Marka, a curse upon thee.
So if I were to guess correctly, that would mean, yeah, Chris would be a potential target for Krugan's vessel. Obviously, he himself wasn't strong enough to defeat Drake, so he might have found a new solution to find a suitable vessel that is stronger than him. Now that I think about it, where is Drake? I just don't get it. Is this all some sort of plan to have revenge against me? If so...
Something troubling you, Drake?
Oh, Cassandra, really? I'm sorry, I didn't notice you two were following me. But, yeah, it's about Krugan. I thought I defeated him, and by decapitating him, but he seemed to still be alive somehow.
Well, not quite alive. He's a spirit, remember? And you did beat him before, right? Drake did. The real problem is that he somehow came back as a spirit, and now he is only a vessel. I highly doubt he'll go after Drake.
Yeah, cause Krugan probably knows I'd be too much for him. But in truth, I've been remembering my father's death, at the hands of Krugan.
I do not want you to become just a memory.
Jeez, Drake, you shouldn't be so down on yourself. Besides, weak women are not to be underestimated. Hey, you saw me take down some thugs myself. And let's not forget that I also gave you a helping hand when we defeated Krugan. And together, we can overcome Krugan again.
This is all getting bogus.
We obviously might have tried everything we want for them, but they don't even.
Calm your infected hands, and Shigaraki. You keep acting like this, you're going to soil yourself, especially with your dirty hands. Speak for yourself. Is there truly no way to break Chris nor Skye at all?
It's almost like they want to force us to fight fair and square. Even if we were to target any of their friends, and one such as several of them might get onto us as it finishes us. Well, what do you suppose we do? One wrong move, and even several of might finish all of us with his sword. It'll be more humiliating if I get pummeled down, armed by that bratty Satsuki Kiryuin.
And then there's only one option. We're gonna have to kill Chris.
Just a question. How are you going to lure Chris out?
Invite him. If Christopher is the main player behind all of them, invite him. That's what I would do. But don't forget, I will need that man alive. You got it. Yeah, for your reincarnation as your spirit, yada yada.
Hey, Krugan! You probably know me. I am Drake, the true and good king of the Highlands. And I am here to challenge Krugan once more.
You seriously challenging a ghost? I always thought the man was senile. Togo, right? Is there a resurrection spell in that book you have?
Oh, there is one spell in here, but I'm not sure if it's guaranteed.
It will have to do. Wait, so you're telling me that book can resurrect you the whole time? Why even bother eating those vessels to begin with? And we could have killed Skye and Chris already.
Probably because he didn't want to deal with the others in his weakened state.
What was that?
Oh, nothing, Lord Krugan.
You all know my law. Never ever question my prowess nor my attentions in my presence.
I am the king. Yes, sire, you are the king.
Well, I only mentioned it to illustrate the differences in your royal managerial approaches.
Why don't I just get on with it already? How it is, Azifa, Azuri, Metion, Zini?
It's Azeroth Metreon Synthos, you blood-sucky buffoon!
Among them. Remember our agreement, Murdoch. The boy is mine.
Drake the Highlander. I'm very amused you'll come to me alone.
I accept your challenge if only to personally rip the heart out of your pathetic body.
What if your soul transference? You need to be ready before your incantation begins.
This won't take long.
Aye, old man, you're futile. Come on, Black Pearl, we need to get your soul transference spell ready.
Ready or not, Drake? Here I come! Fool! I had centuries of training in under me. You only defeated me because you had assistance with your lady friend. Now you're all alone. So now you die alone. Guess again, Krugan. How can this be? He's stronger than he was before. He's only a modern boy with no expertise. He's of the ancient times. I will not lose to him again.
I know Drake can surely handle things. He's himself the since the last time.
Cassandra? What are you doing here? Rowley told me you and Drake sent her to us that you three went ahead.
Sorry, Chris. Drake thought if he went ahead and defeat Krugan once and for all, well, he wouldn't be a problem anymore. I only heard that Krugan was now a spirit, but he was resurrected as original self somehow. But he didn't have the same skills as he was before. It's a good thing Drake had experience with Krugan before, at least once, and I was with him. Anyway, he needed to take over the Highlands.
Well. So you're that man who scared Dabi away, and Drake managed to bring his precious girlfriend in here. Wait a minute. Is that one of those villains that Skywalker has had trouble with? And you haven't forgotten me, have you? I do admit the last time, your brats gave me quite a whooping. But now, you're also the one I'm really after. Dark Davi, a dark counterpart of also for Saiyan Davi.
Wait a minute, you know those guys?
Yeah, my family kicked their butts. That's the last time they land foot on a lands between. Cassandra, listen. You need to warn the others. It just me they're after.
But Chris, what about you?
Just go. They'll probably use you as a shield to make sure your Drake loses. Hey, get back here. Not so fast, Disintegrator. You guys were wanting me, right? Well, here I am. You wanna get to my friends? You gotta go through me. So you wanna put yourself on a line for Drake's precious girlfriend? Ha! Get real. You obviously have zero chance now. Besides, you're not even a Saiyan at all. He is right. I'm no Saiyan. But Dark Davi can turn into Raditz, a Saiyan that even Goku had trouble facing. And then there's this Destroyer. A kaiju even the old Godzilla had trouble. That Tomura guy has the ability to disintegrate anything with his own hand. And Dabi's blue flame must have been fueled by all his hatred. At this rate, even if I were to go full strength, I might get killed. Will these help? I kinda have a feeling we're gonna need those against those overpowered guys, as you might have thought. The Infinity Stones! We stop him! Do not let him get the Infinity Stones! Mako?
Dabi and I came up with some crazy idea. Something known as the Chaos Incarnate. He thought you were trying to plant the Infinity Stones onto me. Well, it's a fraction of their power, that is.
And it pretty much worked. I mean, we did so. I don't know how Hawk embedded the Infinity Stone's power into himself. If Hawk was able to embed the Infinity's power onto himself, then maybe I might try that on Mako, since she's known as the Chaos Incarnate. So I figured Mako's chaotic reality manipulation, plus a fraction of the Infinity Stones' power, plus some power from Mak'Gorah's Bell of Power, that would make Mako even more chaotically good than she is. More than enough to defeat even a Saiyan himself. Now, what was it I wanted to say in that Lord of the Rings movie? Oh yes, you shall not pass.